We're back. Hi, everyone. We're back with director Richie Gray.
Hey, guys. And we're going to get Seoras Wallace on here, right?
Yeah, so we're just waiting until we start to see. And maybe
we can talk about other things as well.
We can. What would you like to talk about?
Well, it's a beautiful day. We get about 3 months of good weather here. And we're right in the middle of amazing weather. Hey, Carter.
Carter's on.
And then we filmed here in the depth of winter. So we filmed in pre-production was around Thanksgiving, and then we were filming December, January, February, and then we were over in Scotland for March during the Beast from the East. So that was fun, but it kind of matched the weather we were having here. And if we see Seoras come up there, let us know, and we will pipe him in.
I am watching very carefully.
Or I can call him on my other phone.
Yeah, so this is so exciting to be here and just in the beautifulness of Montana and to see all the filming locations for this amazing movie, Robert the Bruce. So you're going to see some more footage throughout the day of the Croft. The Croft is here, Greyfriars is here, and the pub, and the town.
The tavern, the town, the blacksmith. So Kevin McNally's blacksmith with Emma Kenny, that's here. The Croft. Yeah, a lot of stuff was here and a lot of scenics, but what we found out was a lot of Montana looks very similar to a lot of... There he is. Here he comes. Where is he? There he is.
Where? Oh.
There. Oh.
You can...
Anyway, what we found out was that a lot of locations here in Montana look very similar to locations in Scotland.
Kelsey.
Specifically, the Glencoe, Isle of Skye. We filmed an amazing fort with Clanranald in Stirling, which was amazing, and that's an amazing place and amazing people to support is Clanranald. And Seoras was the one that, let us know what location would and wouldn't work here, so we could make sure that we were doing something that felt authentic.
Does Seoras need to turn something on his end?
Sure. Do you want to call him?
Yeah. So Seoras is on watching right now, and Seoras, we are trying to bring you on. For some reason, your little name isn't lighting up, so Kelsey's going to work on that with you. Meanwhile, we'll continue. Meanwhile, we'll continue to talk here with Director Richie Gray.
Yeah, so as we were explaining earlier, Anna Hutchinson worked with Angus McFadden in the UK, and he gave us... She read the script and loved it and really pushed it to me and the producers. And we read it and thought, this is such a beautiful story. But we had a very short time frame. So, but it was set in the winter, which actually makes the film work because the Bruce is on the run. And it made for a really different and original story, and that's what we loved about it. And I see Kahara has joined. Yeah. Kahara and a lot of these local builders created these amazing sets, and they are period accurate. And the most amazing thing is they will be around forever, and they're just down the hill here. And aliens will be popping down in 2020. Well, firstly saying, what the fuck is happening in 2020? But secondly, they'll be saying, why are there these 700-year-old buildings in the middle of Montana? And Kahara built those buildings, and that's kind of exciting. And with the Sound Color Studios here and a bunch of other, and our fantastic production designers. So Seoras is unable to join.
Yeah, should we cut to?
Let's go to Kahara while we fix Seoras.
Do you see him?
Kahara, where are you, my good friend? I think he has to... Kahara, you want to request, brother? Is that how it works?
Yes. Kelsey will show you.
He's not on here anymore.
Oh. Okay.
I can see him.
He's right there.
Oh, giant.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this will be amazing to talk to them about how they were able to build the set.
Kahara, if you request, we'll pipe you in, brother. But yeah, so the guys built here, and the ground was frozen. They literally had to blowtorch the ground to be able to put in the foundations. And all the sets that you'll see in the behind the scenes were all just around the corner from here. Then, of course, we went to Scotland and had a brilliant time. It's actually a funny story. We stayed at this 5-star hotel in Stirling called the Golden Lion. And it was so 5-star that when you opened your door, you would hit your bed. And you could only kind of just get in between the door and the bed. And you had the option to keep your suitcase with you in the room, but that would mean the suitcase being on the bed, and you wouldn't have a bed, or you could store your suitcase downstairs. And that were the kind of luxury lodgings we lived in Stirling.
They can still see you. You can still talk if you want.
Well, yeah, so we were in Stirling for a bunch of weeks. We had our premiere at the Edinburgh Film Festival last year, which was phenomenal. But what was just as phenomenal was our premiere in Glasgow. Playing the film in Glasgow was almost a spiritual experience, and the reaction that we had there was just phenomenal. And I'm lucky to have been to Scotland many times, and that's where my family is from. But being able to show people from Glasgow a film about Robert the Bruce was pretty awesome. And what else can I tell you?
Well, that brings up a good point. So what is your connection to Scotland? And do you want to talk to us a little bit about your family?
Yep. So my father's side is from Glasgow, and they actually migrated to the US, to Washington State, which is not too far from here. And my mum's side is Irish, from Tipperary. So that's why I'm the whitest Australian you'll ever meet. But yeah, so my mum got me into movies. This was in a TV show called Neighbours, which people that my mum worked on Neighbours for about 10 years, and so people that acting teacher at the time took us to see Braveheart, took our acting class to see Braveheart. And his name's Paul Curry, and he's a phenomenal director and producer in his own right. And it's so funny, it's such a small world. He produced Hacksaw Ridge with Mel Gibson, 20 years later. He was my acting teacher that took us to see Braveheart 25 years ago. And here we are in Montana talking about Robert the Bruce. It's pretty special when we think about all the connections.
It's incredible. What an incredible film. I grew up watching Braveheart as well, and truly inspired. Oh, do you recognize this chap?
Aha! Kahara!
Hello.
Where are you driving to?
Well, I'm not driving. I'm riding. But
That's always better.
We're headed to Fairy Lake in the Bridger Range to do a little trout fishing and maybe swim. It's not too cold.
Kahara, how will you explain to this lovely audience how you were involved with Robert the Bruce?
Well, that whole project was a collective effort of a bunch of people in absolutely miserable, horrible, almost seemingly impossible conditions. And we pretty much constructed several Scottish locations as accurately as we could, with pretty much authentic materials, but it was just very cold. It was like the dead of winter, and the elevations and stuff that we were building at were very cold. The ground stayed frozen all the time. None of the tools wanted to work. None of the batteries would stay charged. But we successfully built a homestead. We built a farm, a barn.
Wow, we might be losing. Oh, there he is. There he is.
The church?
He's back.
We built a church. We built a blacksmith hut. We built a tavern. We built tree houses. We built hanging gallows. We built, help me out here, Richie. All kinds of stuff.
No, you built a lot in the worst possible conditions. I was just saying that aliens. Yes, brother. Vicky. So, your hair's green.
Oh my
I love
goodness.
it. So Vicky this is so cool. Vicky's the costume designer of Robert the Bruce. She made all the costumes from scratch. So it's kind of cool to have a builder and have the costume designer. And she hates to be on video, so she's going to kill me for this later. But you look beautiful. And so, yeah, and so Vicky, you know, speaking of, because the film is about, you know, a peasant family, it was bloody cold for them, and it shows in the movie, you know, the conditions we were in. I thought I was going to have to spend a lot of visual effects money on vapor for the mouth and snow, but it turned out we didn't need any visual effect help in those.
Yeah, it was
in
cold.
Those regards.
It was cold. We had an excavator up there, heavy equipment, and you would try to dig a hole, just put a post in the ground, and the ground was so froze that you would just stick the forks of the excavator in the ground, and it would just pull the whole machine across the ground. It wouldn't even dig into it. We'd have to blowtorch the ground to get it to thaw out. But it made it, you know, it made it what it was. It's very authentic cold, you know. Like you said, you didn't have to fake any frost.
And we had mice in the at the farm. A lot of mice. They were our friends. But sometimes it was colder in the croft than it was outside, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was cold.
And did we almost burn? Did we almost burn down the tavern? Did we almost burn that down?
Yeah, well, we had.
Or did Abram almost burn that down?
What's the thing that we put in there? The big, the thing that you stoke the fire with, that Zach had.
The bellows and the
bellows.
Earth. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was an actual legitimate set of bellows, and apparently they worked very well. Because Abram almost burnt the entire building down after we'd spent 2 months building it.
The day before we filmed, right?
Yeah, fire department comes out. He had to try it though. That's Abram. He had to. It wasn't.
Have you been to Scotland, Kahada?
I haven't. I wanted to go, and I would love to have went on the Bruce shot, but that didn't work out. My schedule wouldn't allow for it. But I've been to the UK, but I've never been to Scotland. But it's on the list. It is on the list.
And what have you been doing building while you're in Montana right now?
Well, thanks to yours truly, Richie, we built an entire western town.
Well, Carter's on here too, so you better thank Carter first and foremost.
Where's Carter at?
He's hanging out somewhere here.
He's listening.
He's listening in.
Carter, the camera shot. Yeah, so Richie and Carter had this great plan, and people, my friends from home would ask me what I was doing in Montana, and I said, well, I'm building a town. They're like, you're building a town? I'm like, yeah, like an entire town. And now it's built and done.
Hey, my friend, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing, Carter?
I figured you were out on a boat fishing or hunting or doing something manly man.
I'm en route. We're headed up into the Bridgers.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Come on up here anytime you want.
I know I'm going to remind you that about elk season.
Yes, we'll discuss it, but yes.
Beautiful spot.
Well, thank you for Kahada. Thank you so much for hopping on, brother. And
Absolutely.
Thank you for all that you're doing. If you guys want to see what Kahada's been building, check out Yellowstone Film Ranch on Instagram and check out the photos of the saloon. That's what him and his amazing team. We've had over 50 locals building that place, and just really proud for you all to check it out.
We're very proud, and Kahada, what you and your team have done is unbelievable. I mean, to build 26 buildings and the quality, everybody that's come up there has commented on the quality, and all they say in the very beginning is, wow. So look forward. Yeah,
Speaking of wow, have you seen Vicky's hair? Where's Vicky?
Did it go green?
Where's Vicky?
She went back.
Is she
went
green?
back inside to get something.
Oh, she's shy. She's shy.
Maybe a
She's
hat.
shy.
Did you go green?
Yeah.
She went green. She went green.
That's
Well,
She
funny.
you
should
guys
have
have a
gone
good
blue.
day. And
You too,
All right,
brother.
you too.
we're going to go fish.
See you soon, my friend.
All right, take care.
See y'all.
Bye.
Be safe. We're going to stay on here, and you can leave if you'd like to. But I would love to go fishing with you, honestly. But I just want to let all of our viewers know. So next Saturday, and we're going to continue to let you all know throughout the week, but next Saturday, we're actually going to be playing the footage from Yellowstone Film Ranch. So we toured and went into all of the buildings and toured, and we talked to Carter and also to Richie. And this is an amazing view of just what that town is and where it sits. And, you know, there's one side, beautiful, stunning, big mountains. You could be anywhere in a mountainous region in the world. And out the other side, you could be in New Mexico. You could be somewhere where it's more of a flat plain. Hi, Seoras. I'm so sorry we couldn't quite connect you. There's something on your end you have to click, and I'm not sure if you can. Oh, we got him. You did it. Seoras, you did it. And we don't have very long. We only have like, we have like 4 minutes.
That's all I need.
We're waiting for him for 4 minutes.
Is he coming on?
He's coming on. He's connecting. So, oh, there he is.
Ah, yes.
Seoras, my
Yes.
friend, how are you?
How you doing, everybody?
We're
You can go
fine. We
further
miss
out here.
you.
Well, I can miss you too. It's very much like Scotland over there.
Yes, we need to see you. We need for you to see Montana in the summertime and not the dead of winter.
I have only seen it under snow, but it was brilliant. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, why don't you tell us, Seoras, how you came to be involved in the production and what you brought to Robert the Bruce?
Well, I paid Carter a lot of money so I could be on it. No, I was sitting in front of the fire, keeping warm here.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, I was just minding my own business, and one day I got an email from some guy called Richie, and he was asking me about Robert the Bruce, and you know, we got talking, and then he said to me, "Do you think it could be shot in Montana?" And I said, "Well, send me pictures through, and I'll give you an honest opinion." Well, kind of honest, you know. So Richie sent all these pictures through, but I'd been studying the rock formations of Montana and Scotland, the west coast of Scotland, and found it was the same kind of geological structures. So I thought, that's good for the mountain sceneries. I looked at pictures of Montana. It looked good, but I was waiting on the definitive pictures coming from you. So when you sent the pictures through, I actually mistook them at first. I thought it was actually the west coast of Scotland. I actually thought that it was Bruce country because that's what it looks like down there. You know, the pictures you sent me through. So Richie says, well, I'd like you to meet Carter and speak with Carter, the producer of the film. And so we had a couple of Skype calls then. One of them I met Carter. And we spoke, and Carter went, that's it, the film's on. And I was so pleased.
Exactly.
I was so pleased. You know.
And I thank
Brilliant.
you for that, by the way. Yeah.
we got 1 more minute.
Well, I thank you for it in many ways, Carter, because you always make friends on film shoots all over the world. Wherever you work, you always make friends. But I've
Yes.
met family. Do you know?
Seoras, we're going to get you
Richie.
back because we're going to, Seoras, my man, I love you. We're going to get you back because we have to get off at exactly 1 minute, but then we'll get you back on.
Okay.
We're going to get you back on. And it's only because we have hi, remember me. So good to see
I'll
you.
never forget you.
We would thank you.
Speak to you later.
We have to jump off, but we're going to come back on with you.
See you, buddy.
Bye
Bye,
for
my
now.
friend.
Good
See you
hat.
later.